Welcome everyone back to the UK Journeyman save. In today's episode, we are one game away from Wembley. We've got our second leg in the League Cup against Arsenal, and we're actually going to do a double header and play them in the Premier League as well. The assistant manager's here, so for such a big fixture, one of the assistant managers anyway. Since he last left us, we have massively turned things around, and we've gone on a very, very good run. We beat Spurs we already did that. We beat Arsenal 2-1 in the first leg, so we are going in this leg a goal to the good. We then beat City 3-0 in the FA Cup, which has put us into the fourth round against Cambridge, so that should be one we get past. We then won 3 back-to-back Premier League games. We beat Brentford 2-1, we beat Nottingham Forest 3-2, and then Wolves 4-1. Unfortunately, though, we had a bit of a late collapse against Villa and we did lose 3-2. So hopefully that doesn't affect things too much. In terms of transfers, we did sign one player and we've let a couple players go. So Nicky Echeverry, he was a youngster that had been previously signed. We loaned him out when we got here from December to December, and then we've sold him on to Norwich for 2.75 million. He's probably never going to be good enough for us. He's at most a 3-star player, so yeah, it's fine to make a profit on him. Jack Rossers went out on loan. He was the one, the youngster we signed from Arsenal. His contract was out at the end of the year. We sent him on loan to Queen's Park. We didn't even put him on the loan list. Queen's Park just came straight in for him. He may have a future because obviously he's a League One potential fullback and he can play either side, so yeah, he's kind of a left wing back, but he can play right back. It's very confusing. And then the last one we sold is Calvin Mavondo. He joined us from PSG. I think this must have been a signing done by previous gaffers. We sent him out on loan a couple of times to Hearts, to Bolton. He went on loan to. Didn't do even that well in League One, but West Ham decided to pay 7 million for him, and they must see something that I don't. So he's gone. And we have signed one player, and as you can see, he had a very good instant impact. Aureli Kanisa joins us on a loan till the end of the season. We are paying not just 10% of his wage, which is like 12.75 grand, and then 100k if he plays, 200k if he doesn't a month. So really nothing crazy. There's a massive optional fee on it. Obviously, we're not taking that. But yeah, he's from the Barcelona Academy, been pretty much in and out of the B team and the senior team ever since he's been there. He's actually scored 5 in 11, though, for them in the league this season. So that's not bad. He's came in and he got a goal and assist on his first game. He's a 2.5-star player with big potential. I'd love to sign him permanently. But as you can see, the valuation is quite high. He was on the loan list. It came up on our little reports. We're kind of needing a striker. So he comes in and he actually starts today because Paddy Moore is injured. This is the team we're going with for the second leg. We've got Torres in goal, back four of Malik, Estrada. Pearson has pretty much played every game at centre-back. I think he's losing a bit of quality because we're almost retraining him to play centre-back. But he's a centre-back. He's 6'4". He's not good enough to be a defensive midfielder on the ball. He's definitely a centre-back for me. And then that back four is finished off with Patrak. We then got Charles and then Goma in midfield. And then a front four of Jacob, Mora, Garcia and Kanisa. Garcia starting to get a little bit better. Starting to get a couple more goals as well, as you can see. Can we look at like the last 5 games or something? As you can see, he's starting to score that little bit more now. He's got a goal against... That was for El Salvador. He got a goal and assist against Wolves, a goal against Forest, 2 against Arsenal in the cup. So yeah, he's starting to get a little bit more in the goals, which is great. So he starts. Obviously, we'd rather have just started Paddy Moore, but it's not the way it is because of Paddy Moore picked up a little knock as well. A couple of other players have got knocks. I think Van Hecke's cup tied as well. Chris Gray was probably involved. Oh, no, he isn't. He's on the bench, Chris Gray. But Van Hekke is cup tied for this competition, so he can't play in this, which would mean he wouldn't be able to play in the final now. But we are 1 goal to the good, but we know how frail we can be at the back. We've been definitely better since Pearson come in at the back to partner up with Estrada. I think just having those quicker centre-backs has definitely helped a lot. Estrada's is improving as well. He's... acceleration's gone up to 12 now, so he's getting better. He's only going to get better. So I do think the two we've got, I think Pearson, obviously big potential as well. I still would rather have a true, really good out-and-out centre-back to partner with Estrada, but I think as for the future, at least having Pearson and Estrada together, it at least makes sense to have them as the two for now, because I think they are the best two that we've got. Jakob, it's a bit lucky. It's a little bit lucky. Jakob has a shot took a deflection off a Stiller, not a Ben Stiller, but an A Stiller at the back well, he's actually a defensive mid for Arsenal, and it's gone in. And we are 1-0 up here at Old Trafford. I forgot to mention, we did actually win the game that was away as well. That's a great knockdown from Garcia. Definitely becoming a bit more confident. Jakob into Mora. He tries to swing it across to Malik, but doesn't get there. But Charles can play it out to Malik. We're just pinging the ball around so well. Malik swings it in, and Gilberto Mora's there. And one thing as well with Gilberto Mora, he actually scored against City in the FA Cup. Obviously, we signed him on a free from City last summer, and the summer just gone, and yeah, it came back to haunt them. One thing as well with the Jude Bellingham transfer, we decided not to pay it. It didn't really get any lower than 50 million to buy him, because the form's kind of turned around, and the fact that we're probably not going to do anything in the Premier League anyway. We are just miles off anyone in the Prem. I think we've probably got a squad that's capable of winning the Conference League, any of the cup competitions anyway. I don't think, those competitions aren't worth 50 million to bring them in, if that makes sense. If we were still in the Champions League, then, at this stage, then absolutely I'd be bringing them in to risk the 50 million to try and win the Champions League. But we're only in the Conference League, we're only in the FA Cup and League Cup, and we've got no chance of winning the Premier League. We probably don't really have a good chance of getting in the top 4 of the Premier League, or top 5 even. So it made no financial sense to sign him. Yes, he would have been a brilliant signing, but I just didn't feel it was necessary. Arsenal have got themselves one back though. Oh no, it was disallowed. I thought they'd got themselves one back, but it was disallowed. I'm not sure what it was disallowed for. It didn't look like a bad move to me, but it has been disallowed. It is still 2-0 to us on the night. Mora and Jakob with the goals. And like I say, since we've brought Pearson in, we are definitely a better defensive unit, whether that's just the match engine being nice to us because we've got a capable centre-back now, I don't know. But Pearson started pretty well. He's actually got himself a goal and assist as well at centre-back, and Mora is darting through there. That was a great run from Mora. Unfortunately, just dispossessed at the final moment, and now there's Mora either side. He can get forward. We've got plenty back, though. We need to try and get the ball off him, and Patrak does enough. I don't know. I never know whether to call him Patrak or Patrick. I like Patrak. Patrak does enough. It's like a Pat rack. I don't know what a Pat rack is. It's like a rack pat. No, it's like the rat pack, but backwards and also not the same letters. So it's not really anything like that, but anyway. Torres with the ball at his feet, plays it to Charles, goes over to Pearson. You kind of know where I was going with that one. Rat Pack on the left-hand side plays it to Kanisa, who's been a little bit quiet this game, but I saw something really good from him, and there it is again. He's very technical. He's very sound. That's what happens when you get through the Barca Academy. Malik swings it in, tries to find more. He's not really the big target man that you'd want, but yeah, Kanisa is a very good player, and honestly, when Paddy Moore is back, as much as Garcia is improving, I think if we're trying to win games of football, Kanisa and Moore is the best two at the minute. Obviously, it is just a loan. It's a short-term option, but we are... It looked like a foul on Garcia. We are a little bit light on strikers. Etta Young's been injured. We really only have the 3. Obviously, Chris Gray's just a youngster who comes in when we can. And we're not really going to bring him in on games like this. He's more going to come on, FA Cup against Cambridge, some Conference League games, or if we're like 3-0 up in the Prem or 2-0 up in the Prem, we could bring him on then. But he's definitely not starting League Cup semi-finals, that kind of stuff. You couldn't trust him with that. Garcia through on goal. And this is why I think Kanisa is probably the better player. You play Paddy Moore as the deep line forward, let Kanisa be the channel. That's what Barcelona wanted. They wanted him to play up front as the channel. He's a good player. He's a very good player. The fact that he's only 2.5 stars, really, I'd love to get him in a permanent, but I just can't see Barcelona wanting to get rid of him. Yeah, he's very, very good. It was a decent effort there, but it does go over the bar. I could have probably done better with that. But things are looking good. We are 1 game away from the final, our first proper final with Man United. We obviously had a cup final with Limavady. We won the cup, I think, with Limavady all the way back when. But the thing, since then, we haven't had any finals in terms of cup competitions. Obviously, we've been at Mansfield, not really got too far in anything. I think we may have got like a quarters of an FA Cup or something. Never really got far with the League Cup at Mansfield, but we've done a cracking job and we are on course to get ourselves in a final. And I think it is Man City. I think they lost the first leg 2-0 to Chelsea, but then won the second leg 3-0. So they actually went through 3-2 on Ag. So that would definitely be an interesting one. Obviously, we knocked them out the FA Cup, and we've got a pretty favourable round in the fourth round. It's always annoying when you get the third round. It's against a Premier League giant. You want to avoid that until the very end. We'll make a sub there. We'll bring Malik Tor on at left back. Marty's injured, actually. That's why. That's one of the injuries. We'll bring Enzo Milot on at the right. And we'll leave it there for now. Just get a couple of the tired legs off. And hopefully we can hold on to this. Ødegaard getting forward. Still at Arsenal, Ødegaard. Plays it back. Mora. I mean, that was great work from Charles. Mora finds Kanisa, who can definitely play out wide as well. He's a striker by trade, but he can go wide. And he's cut in brilliantly. I don't really know what happened. It seemed like it was saved by the Arsenal goalkeeper. And then and Garcia, I thought, had nipped in and won it, but unfortunately not. That's very slow from Estrada. He's got to get it across quicker than that. It was begging for him to just take the football and just take it out, and it should have been job done, but it was very weird the way that happened. I'm not really sure what happened there. And then Charles has just kicked it out. I'm not sure what we're doing now. We're capitulating a little bit. This is worrying. The highlights still going. We don't want any more highlights. We're 3 goals up. We don't want any more highlights. We want to leave it as is, and that'll get us into the final. Tor's got to do better there. Gruda gets forward, clips the post, but it's still a dangerous bit as Ngoma gets his head out for a throw-in. End the highlight there. Stop with the highlights. There we go. The highlight's done. We've definitely been the much better side today, and I think, thankfully, we are starting to gel a little bit more. We obviously had a little bit of a... We've been very inconsistent this season, but it seems like the new players... We did change the side a bit, quite a bit when you think about it. Obviously, the midfield... One of the midfielders changed, the centre-halves have changed, the full-backs have changed, the strikers have changed. Even the way, I mean, yeah, we've changed the team a lot in a season, so it was going to take a bit of time to gel. Thankfully, it's starting to do that now. We'll bring Jose on in midfield. We'll also bring Milot into midfield as well and bring Borja Sainz on the left, swap him with Mora. And I guess we probably bring Chris Gray on as well and actually put Sainz on the right instead, put Chris Gray up front and put Kanisa out wide. I think that'll do for 15 minutes or so. So we've got Gray and Garcia up top, Sainz on the right, Kanisa on the left, and then Jose and Milot in midfield with Tor and the rest obviously at the back. So that's fine. We should be able to see this out, but we've done the job. We didn't even need to score actually. As long as we kept a clean sheet, we would have progressed, but we've definitely done the job. I mean, made it a lot easier for ourselves getting the 2 goals on the night. Jakob and Mora, big players, and Ngoma and Malik with the assists as well. But that is that. We are in the final. We're going to play Man City, I believe, and we've done a we've handled a 2-leg tie against Arsenal very well there. There's confirmation it was City. We now have to repeat this in the league because as good as that was, as you'll see, we are miles behind it in the league. We are so far off. We're currently 7th. We are miles behind it. There's still hope we could get 5th because we're about 5 points away if we win our game in hand. But yeah, it's going to be a while. So we'll definitely play this, and then obviously we'll come back next episode for that cup final. We have to. That makes most sense. We still don't know where we're at in terms of the Conference League. I don't think that's been played yet. Conference League, obviously we're still in it. So yeah, there's the playoff round, which has just been drawn, and that's going to happen at some point. So whenever this happens, we'll obviously know, probably sometime mid-February, I believe. But yeah, let's go play Arsenal, and let's hopefully repeat that performance. So for the second game of the episode, we are playing Arsenal again, this time in the Premier League. We're going with the same 11. The only difference is the bench. Etta Eon comes back from his long-term injury, so he's on the bench, might get some minutes. Mua is still out. He's going to be out for like another week. Marty also still out. He's going to be out for about half a week, so we're still missing them. Van Hecker comes back in the side. Obviously, he can play in the Premier League. It's just in the League Cup, he's cup tied. Don't think he's cup tied in the FA Cup, though, so we should be okay to use Van Hecker in that competition. We are probably a little bit overloaded with centre-backs now, but we really only have one full-back in the reserves. Obviously, Marty can play left-back, right-back, so having Tor there as someone who can play either centre-back position, left-back, right-back, he's basically just the full utility player that can do a job anywhere. Obviously, you would like a better out and out player in every position. You'd like a proper centre back, a proper left back, a proper right back, but at the minute, just having that utility player, not a bad option to have. So I think I'd mentioned this before, we have extended the contracts of De Ligt and Tor. Obviously, they're not really up to the standard. You definitely want some better players in there, but whilst we're still trying to find those better players, keeping these lads around the club, especially when they're willing to take pay cuts, it's a good sign, obviously, that they're wanting to stay. Yes, they're obviously in their later years, but De Ligt's been here for a while now. Obviously, in real life, only joined a season or two ago. But in the game, he's been here forever now. He must be a little bit of a Man United legend, I guess, with how, maybe not a legend, but an icon maybe for how long he's been around. But yeah, we'd definitely keep him around. Tor, again, probably not really up to the standard, but as someone you can just rely on as a decent performer to bring on off the bench when you need to. It's not the end of the world. But Jakob, it's a brilliant opportunity. It was really well worked by us. We were taking it patiently. And Jakob had a great effort there, but it was a good save from Donnarumma, actually, who I think was out of contract at the summer. I'm not sure if he's still out of contract. I definitely think if we could get him, if he becomes available as a third choice, you'd absolutely take it, because we've played him a couple of times and he's been very good still, even at his ripe old age he is now. In real life, he's actually still young, and I saw a clip from the overlap of them being absolutely shocked that he was 26, but it wasn't that shocking to me, because I remember him playing for Milan when he was 16. So you got to think that's like 10 years ago. It's like 10 years. It's even more surprising that he's been around for 10 years. But yeah, when you start so young, you're around forever. So, there's someone like Lewis Skelly in the game now. In this save, he's like 28 still. He's still a young man relatively. But obviously he's going to be around forever. He's just one of those players, obviously, barring any sort of injuries or massive drop in performance or anything like that. He's just going to be one of those players that feels like they were just playing football forever, because when you start, and it's not like you're starting for like Hartlepool and then most people don't know you, and then as time goes on, you build yourself up and you build your reputation up. When you're starting at a big club at such a young age, it just feels like you're playing forever. And especially a goalkeeper, because he's probably going to be around for ages. Mora, he's got to do better. He's got to do better there. Again, it was well worked. And we're putting the pressure on Arsenal. With a better side. Things have definitely settled for us. I think getting Pearson in, it just seems to have made a massive difference. We're just so much quicker. Even though we're only talking the difference between like an 11 and a 12 for acceleration, there must be some other attributes in there that are just making it better for Pearson. And we're just much better at the back. And we still concede the goals than that. But in terms of the control of the game, we're in much more control of the games, and we're just winning the ball back in better positions as well. There's Malik doing exactly what I was saying there. I'm always confident, even when we're getting a highlight, even if we're not on the ball on the highlight, that we're actually going to win the ball back. Kanisa getting forward, plays it to Patrick Ngoma, who plays it back to Kanisa on the turn. And there he is again, Aureli Kanisa with the goal. Good assist, good little passing play there. 1-2 with Ngoma. And Kanisa gets the goal, makes it 1-0. This lad's a player. I wish we could sign him permanently. He's just so expensive at Barca, but we'll absolutely keep him on our list. And if we ever get the opportunity, if he's ever unhappy at Barca, he ever ends up on the transfer list or anything like that, anything daft like that, even if we just bring him in on loan next season, there's a real player there. And he's through again, Kanisa. This time doesn't go for it, plays it back to Ngoma. And Ngoma is very, very close to returning the favour there of the assist from Kanisa, but unfortunately he's hit the post. We are still battling to get something out of this though. Malik unfortunately mustn't have done anything good, but we have got a late free kick before the half-time whistle's gone. Charles swings it into the back stick. It falls to Garcia, who somehow just gets ploughed out to Malik. I'm not sure who it was that kicked it out, but Malik takes it down, and that is the half. And we have massively been the better side. The only worry slightly is that we're not ahead, and we've got some tired players, as you can see at the back. Should we make a change? I think Estrada's got to come off. We'll bring Van Hecker on in that position, and then Jose can come on. Not for Jakob, for Charles. And then Jakob can stay on for now, but he's probably going to have to come off sooner rather than later. Didn't really want to bring Van Hecker on either, but we've obviously just played a lot of games. We're still in every competition, so there's a lot of games, and you don't want to be bringing obviously sub and centre backs off of half time in big games like this. But when they're absolutely knackered, you don't really have a lot of choices. Obviously, We don't really have a right back either, so it looks like Tor's probably going to have to come on. Jakob's going to probably have to come off. Garcia's probably going to have to come off, but we don't want to use up all our subs, so we're going to have to be a little bit selective, I guess, in terms of who we bring on. But there is the issue. Van Hekke not tracking his man, just doesn't have the pace to keep up with him. And this is why Van Hekke, De Ligt, Tor, when they play centre-back, it's just such a dangerous position for us, because it's just any ball over the top they're not getting to. And that's the difference between having Pearson and with Estrada, is he's just that much better. Kanisa, it's a good effort. It's hit the post, though. And again, he's just out of nothing. He just picks the ball up, runs with it himself. I'm a big fan of him so far. I really am. Van Hekke gets up for the header, and one thing he can do is win the ball in the air, which is good to see. Pearson plays it out wide to Patrak, who is another one who looks tired. I mean, we are being run ragged this game. Mora all the way back to Van Hekke, who plays it out to Malik, who's also pretty tired. Can he just get the ball in the box? Now fancy, he does. Swings it in. Kanisa tries to get there, but it falls to Patrick on the other side, who plays it to Mora. Can he swing one in? No, it's played around. Edge of the box, Mora's there. We are playing some very patient stuff. I'd like to see us go for it a little bit more, but that's a free kick well won by Patrick, who was going to take it around Saka, but he's fouled his man. And we are going to see it. Malik standing over the free kick. Can we swing one in? Is he going to go for goal? He's going to go for goal. I don't know if it was saved or spilled by Donnarumma, but it was definitely a little bit sus. But they've managed to get rid, and they've won us a corner. No, I'm not sure if it was a corner. I think Pearson probably could have just whipped that in. We'll have to make some changes, though. We've got some very, very tired legs out there. Etta E. Young's going to come on for Garcia, back from his injury. Tor is going to come on for Malik on the right-hand side. Don't love that, but it is what it is. And I guess Milot comes on for Mora. The rest, there's half an hour to go. They're going to be very tired, but Ngoma, Jakob, Patrak, they're going to have to just suffer it, unfortunately, and hopefully we can hold on, because this would be a massive 3 points for us. Obviously, I don't think there's too much we can do more in the league now. I don't think we'll be even in a top 4 race, but 5th can be a Champions League spot, and we're not miles away. I think I say there was 5 points with a game. It was 8 points with a game in hand. So if we win this, it'll be 5 points, unless obviously they played as well. Then it'll still be 8 with the game in hand. But if we can get results we've gotten results against Arsenal in the League Cup. We've gotten a result against City in the FA Cup. Obviously, I don't know how much Etta E. Young's through. Etta E. Young, get in. Back from injury. Assist and a goal for Kanisa. This boy's special. Maybe we should be breaking the bank for him. We spent 100 mil on Paddy Moore. Maybe we should be spending 100 mil on Kanisa next season and keeping them two as our 2 strikers. I guess we'll see. If we do get a big budget, we've already got Bellingham coming in on a free. I guess we could really just go and spend it all on a striker. Etta E. Young, he's back. He's back. He was rubbish before the injury. He's back. Jose, it might be ruled offside actually. I think VAR are looking at it. But Jose did get the assist. And it's been awarded. Etta E. Young's back. He's Batman. He's come back from injury with a bang. 2 goals off the bench from his injury. He's going for the hat-trick, this boy. Etta E. Young plays it to Jakob. Get it back to Etta E. Young. Into Ngoma. Jakob. Jose. He's clattered. I thought we were going to play it back to Etta E. Young. Van Hekke wins it. Plays it to Jakob. Jakob. He's got to slide it for E. Young. Just a little pass. Look for it. Look. Just bring him in. Get him the hat-trick. The substitute hat-trick. Etta E. Young flying off the bench. Arsenal must have went for it or something, because we haven't seen a lot of goals from Etta E. Young. But yeah, he's done really well there. And we have romped home again with this game. I mean, yeah, I don't know why we've had so much inconsistency, to be honest, because we've been on a really good run recently, and clearly everything's just starting to tick. But Kanisa's been a game changer. That signing on loan as well. We're barely paying any of the loan as well, which is so good. So I guess we'll just try and get him on loan again. It's not the end of the world if we can't sign him, but if we get him on loan again, that would be ideal. Even if we have to pay all of his wages, I don't really care. But that's going to do it for now. So as we know, the next game will be the League Cup final against City, Manchester Derby in the League Cup final. We'll progress in the FA Cup. We've got some more league games, got big league games coming up as well. So we'll either do the Liverpool after it, or if there's an FA Cup game or a Conference League fixture in between that we can maybe pair with it, that's more interesting, we'll do that. But either way, we've got 2 derbies. Yeah, some big games coming up. Hopefully we can continue on We now sit 7th in the Prem. So 8 points still, but 3 a game in hand. So it's more like 5 if we win it. Then Liverpool are 6 points above us, level on games. So yeah, it's going to be tough, but we'll obviously still try and push, try and get as high up in the Prem as possible. You never know what could happen. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.